Today we have a story time of a Minecraft kid who was caught. Normally I'd cut that out, but I don't know. I just played that back. It sounded pretty funny. Anyways, today we have a story time of a Minecraft kid who was caught cheating in his kind of school-sponsored Bedwars tournament after telling everyone that he was the greatest. And the ending was pretty hilarious, so you want to stick around, sit back, relax, leave a like in the video to claim your free nothing, as always. And yeah, let's get right into it. Subscribers sent in today's story. We're going to call him Robert. I got that name from the comment section. You know the deal. Leave a comment with a name you'd like me to use. It could be your name, your dog's name, your arch enemy's name. I really don't care. I'll be using your names in the comment section. Anyways, right, so this guy named Robert, at his school, kind of like the kids came together and they decided that they wanted a kind of a grade-wide Bedwars tournament for anyone who wanted to join in. For those who aren't aware, Bedwars is a minigame, a Minecraft minigame you can play on Hypixel. I've had a lot of fun memories on there. I've also gotten really mad when people come in and like infinite god bridge 10,000 clicks per second over to my base, knock me back away from 20 feet, and then destroy my bed within 0.1 microseconds. Like, that's a little frustrating. I remember playing in the days when it wasn't so sweaty, and I enjoyed it a little bit more. However, I've had great memories on Bed Wars, and I think it's actually a pretty cool idea that his grade came together and organized a Bed Wars tournament. So it wasn't necessarily like the idea of the school to put this thing together. However, it was like kind of organized a little bit by the parents, kind of very generally, but it was up to the kids to really organize it. And it was like the school kind of gave it the A-OK, like the thumbs up, because it was kind of contacting everyone in the class, and to do so, I think there were some school regulations, but they gave it the A-OK. But anyways, all you need to know is that there was a Bed Wars tournament, and anyone in the class could be eligible. So not everyone played, obviously, because not everyone played Bed Wars, but on one of the days, they announced the tournament, and they said within a couple days, we want everyone to submit, if they want to play or not. You were also able to submit people you wanted to be teamed with, but you could also submit to yourself as like a single pool. You don't have to go in with anyone, and they would just assign you team members from other people who didn't really have anyone else they wanted to be teams with. And by the end of the 2 or 3 day period, there were 4 teams of 4 people. So 16 people from the grades signed up for the Bed Wars tournament. And I think the prize was like an all-you-can-eat, because there's like a local Sunday place, and there was like the prize was like you can get whatever you want. Obviously one ice cream. You can't get there like infinitely every single day, but you could get one, whatever all-you-can-eat ice cream prize if you win the Bed Wars tournament. I think runner-up was just like you got nothing. It was just like win it. It was all or nothing basically. And so Robert, the subscriber, he signed up with his friend James, and I'm giving him a name because he actually is kind of relevant in the story, and I will be referring to Robert's teammate and his close friend James as James from here on out. However, there was also another kid who we're going to call the Minecraft kid. And he's called the Minecraft kid because, I don't know, he's called the Minecraft kid. He plays Minecraft or something. But he was also kind of a jerk. He was kind of like that kid who no one really liked, and he didn't have any friends. And it wasn't because, for unfortunate reasons, like, oh, he looked funny and all the kids were mean, so they refused to be friends with him. No, he didn't have friends because he basically alienated himself from everyone because he was like cruel to everyone for no good reason. And he was also very boastful and full of himself. And he definitely displayed a lot of that the week before the Bed Wars tournament itself. And the Minecraft kid, for the entire week up until the actual day of the tournament, was talking about how he was significantly better than everyone and how he was going to absolutely wreck everyone and completely destroy everyone and how they shouldn't even bother. They shouldn't even bother because he was just so much better. And so, yeah, Robert and James, who didn't already like this kid in the beginning, kind of made it their goal to make sure to beat this kid. Make sure this kid couldn't beat them. So Robert, James, and the other 2 teammates, who I'm not going to give a name to because they weren't super important, I'm just going to call them Teammate A and Teammate B in case I need to say any in case I need to reference them specifically. But the 4 of them, during that entire week after they finished their homework, they trained. They were on the grind, man. They were grinding to get that #1 spot because they wanted that all-you-can-eat, ice cream, whatever, coupon thing. But that wasn't even that important to them. Honestly, that was just that was the cherry on top. That was a little extra. The real prize they wanted was to beat the Minecraft kid because he was a big jerk And he also was super full of himself, and he was super confident he was going to win, and he made it so publicly. Of course, that's the best prize in the world, man. Anyways, Robert James and player A and B, they trained pretty extensively that entire week when they were done with homework. And finally, by the end of the week, it was the day of the tournament. So the tournament was kind of like bracket style, or it wasn't like that much of a bracket. It was just like the 4 teams, 2 of them play each other, and then like the winners play for the final round. And anyways, right, Robert and James and their team did not play against the Minecraft Kids team in the first round. And if they both won their next positionings, they were going to then they were going to play each other in the final round. So anyways, in the first round, Robert and James, they kind of win pretty easily. They were just simply better. There's nothing really I need to say here, but also the Minecraft Kid and his team won as well. And while, Robert and James weren't able to see it, some of his classmates who didn't opt in to play opted in to watch, and one guy texted, Robert and was like, yo, bro, Minecraft Kid is pretty good. His team swept the other team. And, Robert and James were feeling pretty good coming off of their win, but, kind of that good feeling dissipated as soon as they heard that, the other team also got swept, and that it, wasn't just them, clearing house and, destroying everything. And, they were a little bit concerned, to be honest. Real quick, comment Bedwars if you made it this far into the video. I just want to see how many people made it this far, and I do appreciate it. Commented a couple times. I wasn't able to get, to heart a bunch of comments yesterday, but I will do my best today to try and heart some comments to say Bedwars. So comment Bedwars down below. Maybe even comment a couple times if you'd like. But anyways, right, it's finally here. It's the final, the finale, the moment that Robert James and player A and B have been training for this entire week. An opportunity to beat the Minecraft Kid at his own game, supposedly. So they enter into the match, and right away, right, they have this kind of bed defense strategy where 3 of them go in, 1 stays back. They're rushing middle, 1 rushes diamonds to get some upgrades, 1 is putting down the bed defenses. Everything is going to plan. And then, James, not Robert, the subscriber, but James, he's in middle trying to get some emeralds, maybe even put some pressure on the other team. He encounters the Minecraft Kid. And Robert and James, they're not in the same place because they're not all at the same house or whatever. Some kids went over to some of the kids' houses to watch, but Robert and James were connected via Discord. And Robert heard James go, whoa, hold up now, wait. And all of a sudden, right, Robert's just like, James, is everything okay? Are you good? And, he looks in chat, and sure enough, James was slain by the Minecraft Kid or whatever. And James is like, that guy hit me from so far away. I don't know how he did it. And at this point, right, Robert and James weren't really suspecting anything hacking related, as you will see in the title, right? But he's like, oh, wow, maybe he's just really good at player versus player, battles, PvP stuff. So, and then Robert was like, all right, James, and player A and B, because they were also in the VC. He's like, all right, so we got to really step it up when it comes to not, PvP. We got to be really good with strategy and breaking beds effectively and efficiently. We should probably also get stacked up, because apparently he is really good at PvP, and we just need to have a winning chance. We need Prot 4 Diamond or what. Diamond's a little excessive. I played a little bit. I know it's not necessary. But anyways, right, the game keeps on going on. And finally, right, Robert's bridging to one of the islands. And at that island, sure enough, is not James, but the Minecraft Kid. And then Robert, is like, all right, let me fight this guy. And he doesn't even get 1 hit on this kid. And it's not super clear. Robert at this point is suspicious. But there's also a chance that he really just is as good as he claimed to be. Maybe all the boasting and bragging wasn't for nothing. Maybe he just genuinely was that good, because some people are just so good at Minecraft, you can't even touch them, man. I don't play that much, and when I do and I go on a practice server, I just queue into something. I'm like, oh, let me just get someone at least my level, maybe a little bit better. I get someone whose username is 1 character long, and they combo me 50 times in a row. I'm like, yeah, this game is just not fun. Skill-based matching, matchmaking is just not a thing, I guess. Okay. Either way, right? Robert and James were like, all right, even if this kid is cheating, like he's not getting caught for it, and he isn't cheating so blatantly that we think he's gonna get like banned mid-game. So we really gotta like sit down, strategize, and figure out a way just to survive this. Like even if we tie, we just can't lose to this guy. All right, I can already hear all you guys typing away on your overly expensive keyboards about how you can't tie in Bedwars, and it goes to like beds broken and then like dragons or whatever. You know what I mean, okay, right? They're trying to at least make this game close at a minimum. But anyways, they're losing ground. The other team is like, getting upgrades. They're putting pressure on them. The Minecraft kid was like really close to breaking the bed. It was just like knocked into the void, by James or whoever, right? It was getting really close. And right, they were just talking to each other like, we got to do something like kind of quick because we're going to run out of, and as soon as that happened, right, they all happened to be at mid aggressively trying to get emeralds, bed broken. They see that message pop up in front of them. If you don't know, in Bedwars, you respawn infinitely. You can respawn as many times as you want, but only if your bed is still there. Once the opposing team breaks the bed, then it's GG. It's unlucky. Like you will not respawn. You're still alive. But once you die, you will not respawn. So it's a really big deal, and you try not to have your bed broken. And they're like, that's it, man. Like, we need to get this bed. We just can't win without getting the bed. I mean, obviously. And Robert and James were talking to each other, and that's when they notice in chat, final kill, player A, and player A, and the Discord's like, God damn it. Like, and they're like, dude, what happened? He's like, I don't know. He just snuck up behind me and just knocked me to the void. And then soon enough, a little bit later, player B knocked into the void as well. And they're just like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do? And this is when Robert and James say, you know what? This isn't like the best way to win. But we're going to wait till bed breaks. Because if you don't know, after a certain amount of time, the beds will just automatically break, even the ones that haven't been broken yet. And it was about 2 minutes till bed break. He said, you know what? We're not going to risk it. Let's just wait it out. So they decided to camp at mid, collecting a bunch of emeralds and kind of very carefully running back to one of the islands to buy upgrades and stuff and all that good stuff. So yeah, sure enough, Robert and James, as the only two left on the team versus a team of 4 with a bed, they bought everything in the book. They bought, punch bow, fireball, ender pearls, speed pots, invisibility pots. Like they even had a knockback stick. They bought everything they possibly could, camped at middle, got geared up as much as possible. Because at that point, right, it was close enough to bed break that it just seemed worth it to try and hold it out like that. So anyways, right, the time ticked down, and then finally, all beds broken. It's a 2v4. They're stacked up as possible. They pre-gap, they're in the middle, and they're just waiting. And sure enough, right, Minecraft Kid and his 3 other teammates, they start walking to the center. And as they're walking to the center, or moving to the center, running, whatever, sprinting, however you want to say it, James is able to get an expert bow shot on one of the players and hits him as he's jumping over, which just sends his knockback just enough to send him into the void. 3v2. So now that odds are looking a little bit better, but still the Minecraft Kid is yet to be defeated in PvP. He has died once or twice, but this is either he falls into the void on his own accord, or he was knocked into the void when he wasn't fighting back. So they did kind of realize that there was a massive skill gap between the Minecraft Kid and the other 3 people that were playing with him, because they were randomly assigned. The Minecraft Kid did not come in with a teammate, because no one in the class really liked him that much and wanted to play with him. So it was just the other random people who didn't sign up with someone. Or maybe 2 of the players signed up together and just got assigned in the group of 4. But anyways, right, Robert says, I'll take on those 2. James, you take on him. So that kind of evened out as they assumed that 2 versus 1, 2 of the other players would equal at least one of the Minecraft Kid. So they went into fight, and Robert was, it was kind of close, and he almost died, and he healed up afterwards, but he was able to defeat the 2 other people. But he looks over as James is just getting comboed, hit again and again and again, and he's fireballing and pearling out of there. But the Minecraft Kid, he realized beds were going to break, so he got some pearls. He got some gapples as well. He stocked up, not as much as those 2, but just enough to keep catching up to James, not letting him fully heal. And sure enough, final kill, James. And it was a 1v1. And at this point, Robert was like, there's no way I beat him. Yeah, my stuff is better, but he's just so significantly better than me. And Robert, looks at the Minecraft Kid, who now turns to him, is finishing up, healing up, and looks directly at him. and starts kind of like pacing towards him or sprinting towards him or whatever. And, you know, Robert, you know, he kind of fires some bow shots to kind of knock him back a little bit. You know, he gaps again as his like other absorption hearts were like removed or whatever. But finally, man, he can't do anything else. He has to fight. And this is when he kind of felt the sketchy hit. So he went in for a hit. He didn't make it. The Minecraft kid hit him. He flew back at least 5 or 6 blocks. And as he's flying back, he gets hit again and flies back another 5 or 6 blocks. And yes, you could say it's, you know, ping or connection to the server, as Hypixel is not known for its great ping. But this just felt sketchy to him. So he had 2 ender pearls, and he took one and he pearled out of there, and he pearled to an island. And the Minecraft kid apparently didn't have any pearls, but was starting to bridge over. And at this point, right, Robert was just like, oh my God, like, this is it. This is it for me. And then all of a sudden, he sees the Minecraft kid, you know, bridging over, and the Minecraft kid pops. He explodes, and his inventory spills everywhere, and then the victory screen appears on screen. And he's like, did he log out? Did he quit? And then he checked, and he's like, what just happened? And everyone else on the Discord TeamSpeak was like, oh my God, like, Watchdog just got him. If you don't know, Watchdog is Hypixel's anti-cheat. The Minecraft kid was cheating, and he just got banned. Subscribe if you haven't already, and now go watch another video. There's some on the recommended, some on screen. Go watch one. I'll be very happy. Goodbye.